Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ken and I live in this 2004 GMC Savana. Oh my god, the glare on my glass is gonna be so bad. Hold on. My name is Ken and I've been living in this 2004 GMC Savana full time for the past year and a half. And this is my second winter living in this van. The first winter I was still in college and I had a college apartment and I had this van and I tried sleeping in it and generally existing in it in the winter, and it was pretty unbearable, and because of that I just ended up staying in my college apartment. But now that I've invested in a few things, I just wanted to share with you guys the things that I've gotten to make van life during winter so much better. I am a stationary van lifer right now. I work a hybrid job here in Central Arkansas, so I do have to go into the office a few days a week, and because of that I am here most of the time. If I wasn't working this hybrid job, I would do like a lot of other van lifers do and go to the desert or somewhere with low elevation during the winter time to stay warm. But alas, I am here down south and we're experiencing a pretty chilly winter. We just had a huge winter storm, so there's still snow and ice on the ground, and at night temperatures get way below freezing. Last winter, I couldn't bear to stay in this van because it was way too cold. I was trying things like 12-volt blankets, and I had one of those $40 sleeping bags that you can get at Walmart that's rated for freezing temperatures, and I was doing that, but still, I'm someone who runs super cold, so I was still kind of miserable. I was able to stay warm while I was in bed and bundled up and wearing a bunch of layers, but something that I also wanted to do was be warm while walking around the van and walking around back here. I wanted to be able to cook my dinner or watch something on my monitor and not have to be completely bundled up. I wanted to be able to exist in this van in negative temperatures and not freeze my ass off. So the thing that I got that completely changed van life for me in the winter is getting a diesel heater. And a diesel heater is something that I'd wanted to get for a while. And since I've gotten that diesel heater, it's completely changed the way that I do van life. I can actually exist in here and sleep in here on super cold days. And as long as I have the heater running, I'm totally fine. So I'll go ahead and get into the specs of my diesel heater. I have a Vevor diesel heater. It's one of the longer ones. It's the one that has everything all contained in it. And I've set it up so that whenever I pull into a gas station, I can just open up one of my side doors and fill it up. It's super simple. And since it's been winter and since the roads have been icy, I've actually opted to keep an extra 5-gallon can of diesel in the van as well. And with this diesel heater running, I can run it consistently on the lowest setting for probably like 10 or 11 hours before I need to fill it back up, which is kind of insane because when I bought it, or when I looked at the specs online, it says that it lasts about 8 hours, but it actually lasts a lot longer for me. So that's amazing. And it's super quiet. It just sips on power. It's 12 volts. So when it's on, it uses like 8 to 10 watts while it's actively running. It uses a bit more when it's turning on and when you turn it off because it has to cool itself down. But when it's on, it just sips on power. So I can keep this thing going as long as it goes. And honestly, like, I'll run out of diesel on this thing before I run out of the power that I need to charge it. So as long as you have something that you can plug it into that keeps it charged, like in my case I have the Jackery 1000 V2, that'll work just fine. And all I did was I fused a cigarette lighter onto it and it's been perfect. So that's how I stay warm. It's super simple. Aside from that, I wear beanies a lot, one because I like wearing beanies, but even when I sleep I'll wear a beanie just to keep my head warm. And keeping the feet warm is really important too. In the winter, I like exclusively wear wool socks. I'm actually wearing wool socks right now. And wool socks are great because even if you get them wet, they won't retain that moisture. Wool socks, or wool in general, is pretty good about repelling moisture and staying dry, which is super important when you're in cold environments. But it's also great at keeping heat inside. So wool socks, wearing beanies, wearing layers. Right now, I don't need to be wearing all of these layers. I just like wearing the layers because I like feeling cozy. But if I was just wearing a tank top and shorts, I'd be totally fine in here. So aside from that, like, that's pretty much how I stay warm in this van. It's crazy how much just changing one thing completely changed the way that I do van life in the winter. Before I got the diesel heater, I was able to sleep in the van comfortably with wearing a bunch of layers, beanie, wool socks, having a 12-volt blanket, and sleeping in a sleeping bag. I was able to make it work and I was able to sleep relatively comfortably, but if I had to exist in the van without being completely bundled up, I would have been totally uncomfortable and looking for somewhere to get warm. But now that I invested the $100, I think, yeah, it was around $100 for this diesel heater. If I can find it, I'll link it below. And I don't have, this isn't an affiliate link or anything like that. This is just a product that I really stand by. But after I got my diesel heater, now, even if it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside, I can just be in here and be totally fine. I can wash my dishes, I can clean in here, wearing like a tank top and shorts, and I can be totally comfortable. If you're curious to see me existing in my van during a snowstorm, I actually made a video. I'll link it right here or right here somewhere where you can see me living and doing my thing in a snowstorm. But since I've gotten it, I've been super comfortable, and I'm so glad that I got this diesel heater. That's how I stay warm in my van in winter. It's super simple. If you're trying to stay warm in your van or your RV and you're looking for a solution that'll keep you warm, I highly recommend you look into a diesel heater. A few people have recommended that I look into getting a backup source of heat, like a Mr. Buddy propane heater, and that's something I'll probably end up doing. I don't love the thought of using a Mr. Buddy propane heater, but that's because I'm generally paranoid about using propane in the van, especially using it overnight. But I know that Mr. Buddy has indoor safe heaters, and as long as you have a CO detector and you keep a window cracked, you should be fine. That is likely going to be something that I do end up getting in the future, because I do like the idea of having two ways of getting all of the things that you need, one main way of having water, a backup way you can get water, one main way of getting heat, a backup way of getting heat. All of these things are important. So that is likely something I will do in the future. I know this is a shorter video, so if you watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, feel free to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. All of the support is super helpful for me. It helps my channel grow, and your continued support means that I will eventually be able to do more stuff like this and leave the state and travel more often. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.